What if the single greatest lie you have ever been told about money is that you have to go out and get it? We live in a world that screams at us to hustle, to grind, to chase. We are taught that wealth is a prize you have to hunt down, wrestle to the ground, and capture. And if you are watching this video right now, be honest with me. How is that working for you? How does it feel to wake up every morning with that tight knot in your stomach? That low-level hum of anxiety that says, I don't have enough. That panic when the car makes a funny noise, or the rent goes up, or the grocery bill is double what it was last year. It's exhausting, isn't it? It feels like you are running on a treadmill that is set just a little too fast, and no matter how hard you sprint, the scenery never changes. You are always just almost there, but never there. But what if I told you that 3,000 years ago, a man discovered a secret back door to the universe's abundance? A man who didn't chase money, yet money chased him. A man who didn't beg for power, yet power fell at his feet. We are talking about King Solomon, but we are not talking about the Sunday school version of Solomon you might have heard. We are going to decode the specific, hidden frequency he activated in 1 Kings 3:13, a verse most people skim over, but which actually contains the quantum wisdom key to everything you desire. This isn't just theology. This is physics. This is the intersection where ancient Hebrew wisdom meets modern quantum mechanics. We are going to look at this through the lens of visionaries like Gregg Braden to understand why your prayers for money might actually be pushing money away, and how one specific shift in your heart, not your head, your heart, can reverse the flow of the entire universe in your favor. If you are tired of chasing and you are ready to start attracting, if you are ready to stop begging and start commanding, then you are in the right place. Hit that like button right now. Think of it as your first act of commitment. You are telling yourself, I am ready for this truth. Subscribe if you haven't, because we are building a tribe of kings and queens here. And before we go deep, I want to know where you are starting from. In the comments, tell me, what is the one thing you are tired of chasing? Is it money? Is it respect? Is it peace? Type it down below. Let's leave it there as we step into a new reality. Let's travel back in time. Imagine the scene. It's Gibeon. The air is thick with the smoke of 1,000 burnt offerings. Solomon is young. He is terrified. He has just taken the throne of his father David, a man who was a warrior, a legend, a giant. Solomon feels small. He feels inadequate. The weight of an entire nation is pressing down on his shoulders. He falls into a fitful sleep. And in that space between waking and dreaming, the creator of the universe steps into his consciousness. God asks him the ultimate question, the blank check. Ask what I shall give thee. Pause for a second. Really put yourself in that bed. If the Almighty appeared to you tonight in a lucid dream and said, I will give you anything, what is the first word out of your mouth? The honest. $1 billion. Perfect health. Destruction of my enemies. It's natural. It's human nature to ask for the thing we lack. If we are poor, we ask for money. If we are sick, we ask for health. We define our prayers by our deficits. But Solomon does something that breaks the logic of the human ego. He doesn't look at his bank account. He doesn't look at his military strength. He looks at his internal capacity. He says, I am but a little child. I know not how to go out or come in. He admits his vulnerability. And then, the request that changed history. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. He asks for an understanding heart. And this is where we have to stop reading the English and go to the code. The original Hebrew, the translators did their best, but they missed the quantum texture of this word. The phrase Solomon used is Lev Shomea. Lev means heart. But in Hebrew anthropology, the heart wasn't just a pump for blood. It was the seat of the will, the intellect, and the emotion combined. It was the control center of reality. Shomea comes from the root Shema, which means to hear. But it implies more than just sound waves hitting your eardrum. It means to listen with deep intent, to obey, to absorb, to understand fully. Solomon asked for a hearing heart, a listening heart. Why is this critical? Because Solomon realized that the problem wasn't the outside world. The problem was his connection to the source. He didn't ask for the fruit, the money, the power. He asked for the root, the connection. He asked to become a receiver. And look at God's response in 1 Kings 3:13. This is the verse that contains the quantum explosion. And I have also given thee that which thou hast not asked, both riches and honor, so that there shall not be any among the kings like unto thee all thy days. God says, because you didn't ask for the stuff, I'm giving you the stuff. Because you didn't chase the reflection, I'm giving you the image. This is the Solomon paradox. To get the wealth, you must stop needing the wealth. To get the honor, you must stop seeking the approval. You have to shift your frequency from I need to I am. Now, let's bring in the modern science to decode why this works. We turn to the work of Gregg Braden, a pioneer who has spent his life connecting the dots between ancient spirituality and quantum physics. Braden talks extensively about something called the divine matrix. It's the container of the universe, the bridge between all things, and the mirror that reflects our beliefs. He explains that the universe does not speak English. It doesn't speak Spanish or French. It doesn't understand your words. You can stand in front of a mirror and scream, I am rich, for 3 hours, but if your heart is trembling with the fear of poverty, the universe hears the fear. The universe speaks the language of energy, specifically, the language of feeling. Braden refers to this as the lost mode of prayer. In his research into ancient monasteries in Tibet and the lost texts of the early Christians, he found that true prayer was never a petition. It wasn't, please God, make this happen. True prayer was a state of feeling. It was the act of feeling the outcome as if it had already occurred. When you pray, God, please help me pay my rent, what is the feeling encoded in that prayer? The feeling is, I can't pay my rent. The feeling is lack. The feeling is desperation. And because the divine matrix is a mirror, it reflects that feeling back to you. It gives you more opportunities to feel desperate. It gives you more, I can't pay my rent. Do you see the trap? The harder you pray for the money, the more you are affirming that you don't have the money. You are reinforcing the reality of poverty with every desperate plea. Solomon bypassed this trap completely. He didn't ask for money, so he wasn't vibrating with the lack of money. He asked for wisdom. He asked for a Lev Shomea, a heart in coherence with God. Braden talks about heart-brain coherence. Did you know your heart generates a magnetic field that is up to 5,000 times stronger than the brain's? Think about that. 5,000 times. The brain is electric. The heart is magnetic. The brain thinks. The heart attracts. Most of us are trying to manifest wealth with our brains. We make vision boards, we write goals, we think really hard. But our hearts, our magnetic centers, are clenched in fear. We are broadcasting a weak electric signal of I want and a massive magnetic tsunami of I don't have. The heart wins every time. Solomon tuned his heart. When he asked for a listening heart, he was asking for his magnetic center to be aligned with the frequency of the divine. He wanted to be in sync with the Creator. And when you are in sync with the Creator, you are in sync with abundance. You cannot be connected to the source of all energy and feel lack at the same time. It's impossible. So when Solomon moved into that state of Lev Shomea, his magnetic field shifted from fear to authority, from scarcity to sovereignty. And once that magnetic shift happened, the physical reality, the gold, the tribute, the trade routes, the honor, had no choice but to organize itself around him. The and also of verse 13 wasn't a reward, it was a consequence. It was the physical world rearranging itself to match the new magnetic blueprint of the king. I know this is deep. We are rewriting the operating system of your life here. And I know that hearing this concept is one thing, but actually doing it, Actually rewiring your heart to stop panicking and start listening is the hardest work you will ever do. It takes daily repetition. It takes immersion. That is exactly why I created the Quantum Wealth Scripture Journal. I realized that most people don't have a method. They have inspiration, but they don't have a practice. This isn't just a notebook. It's a 30-day protocol. We've taken the most potent scriptures on wealth and combined them with these specific quantum activation exercises we are talking about. It guides you day by day to move your state of being from anxiety to authority. It helps you practice the feeling of the wish fulfilled through the lens of biblical truth. If you are serious about testing this, if you want to see what happens when you give God's word a clear channel in your heart, for 30 days grab the journal. The link is in the description and the first pinned comment. It's a tool for the builders. Now let's go back to that phrase, and I have also given thee. This is what I call the and also phenomenon. When you chase the world, you lose your soul and you rarely catch the world. But when you align your soul, the world catches you. Think about a shadow. If you run toward your shadow, it runs away. You can never step on it. It's always just out of reach. That is you chasing money. That is you chasing fame. But if you turn your face toward the sun, if you turn toward the light, what does the shadow do? It follows you. It has no choice. It is attached to you. Solomon turned his face toward the sun, the light of God. He focused entirely on the Lev Shomea, the wisdom, the connection. And the shadow of wealth and honor had to follow him. Gregg Braden talks about the hologram of consciousness. In a hologram, every tiny piece contains the image of the whole. When you change yourself, the tiny piece, you are actually changing the whole pattern of your reality. When you start operating from a place of, I am already enough, I am connected, I am wise, you stop repelling opportunities. Suddenly, you walk into a room and people respect you, and they don't know why. Suddenly, business ideas drop into your head that seem obvious, but you never saw them before because you were blinded by panic. Suddenly, the coincidences start happening. The phone calls, the emails, the unexpected checks. This is the and also. It's important to understand that God didn't give Solomon money just to buy nice chariots. He gave him wealth because wealth is a tool of dominion. A king needs resources to build the temple. A king needs resources to maintain peace. When you shift your heart to service and wisdom, God can trust you with the resources. If you are asking for money just to feel safe, you are still a slave to fear. God cannot build a kingdom on the back of a slave. He needs sons and daughters. He needs kings and queens. Solomon's prayer was the prayer of a son stepping into his inheritance. Dad, teach me how to run the family business. And the father said, because you care about the business and not just the bank account, I'm going to give you the keys to the vault. So, how do we land this plane? How do you, watching this right now in your living room or on your commute, apply 1 Kings 3:13? We are going to do a mini activation right now. I want you to think of that financial burden you are carrying. The debt, the bill, the lack. Feel how heavy it is. Feel where it sits in your body. That is your current broadcast. That is the signal you are sending to the divine matrix. Now I want you to stop. Gregg Braden suggests we must feel the feeling of the prayer already answered. Close your eyes for a second if you can. Imagine that the money is already in the bank. Not coming, but there. Imagine the debt is paid. The balance is 0. But don't just visualize the number. I want you to access the emotion that comes with it. What is the emotion? Is it excitement? No, excitement implies surprise. The emotion is relief. The emotion is peacey. The emotion is gratitude. Take a deep breath and say, thank you. Say it like you mean it. Say it like it's done. Thank you, Father, that I have everything I need. Thank you for the wisdom to steward this. Now ask for the Lev Shomea. Lord, give me a listening heart. Show me the move. Show me the wisdom. I am not chasing paper anymore. I am seeking your mind. Do you feel that shift? Even a subtle one? That is the magnetic field of your heart realigning. You just stopped the broadcast of lack and started the broadcast of trust. You need to do this every single morning. Before you check your phone, before you check Instagram, you need to set the magnetic north of your heart to wisdom and gratitude. If you catch yourself worrying during the day, and you will, because we are human, treat it like a signal failure. Stop, reset, hand on heart. No, we don't do that anymore. I have a listening heart. I am a king stunt queen in training. The supply is guaranteed. I believe this message can break chains that have held families captive for generations. If you feel fed by this table we are setting, if this content is nourishing your spirit, I want to invite you to become a member of the channel. It's not just about supporting the production, though it helps immensely. It's about planting a seed in this ground. It's a way of saying, I value this wisdom. And as a gesture of my gratitude, our members get early access to every video. You get the word first. It would be an honor to have you in that inner circle. 1 Kings 3:13 is your permission slip to stop struggling. It is the creator of the universe telling you that he wants you to have and also, he takes no pleasure in your poverty. There is no glory in your stress. But he loves you too much to give you the weight of wealth before you have the strength of wisdom. He is waiting for you to stop looking at the gold and start looking at him. The quantum wisdom key is simple, but it is not easy. It requires the courage to let go of the how. Solomon didn't know how the wealth would come. He just knew who he was talking to. So here is your challenge for the next 7 days. Do not ask for money. Not once. For 7 days, let your only prayer be, Father, give me a listening heart. Align me with your wisdom. Make me ready. Live in the feeling that the supply is already yours, just waiting for you to unlock the door. Test it. Test the scripture. Test the physics. Because when you fix the heart, the mirror of the universe has no choice but to reflect the glory. And also is waiting for you. Are you brave enough to stop chasing it so it can finally catch you? If this message resonated with your spirit, share it. Don't keep this key in your pocket. Send this to a friend, a family member, someone who needs a breakthrough. And don't forget the journal in the description. It's there to help you walk this out. I'm rooting for you. I'm believing with you. Now go. Tune your heart and watch the world change.